Hi, my name's Tony Hawker from North Canterbury Fish Game, and today we're going to be looking at sighted fly fishing for brown trout. So I'm going to show you some tips on how to spot them. What we've got here today is a typical backcountry river in North Canterbury. As you can see, it's fairly windy, but that's pretty typical of conditions you get up here. It's a nice river, it's clear, it's about the right size to be wadeable, and there's reasonable numbers of brown trout, so we'll see how we go. So what we have here isn't an amazing pool, it's not very deep, but what it does have right in front of me here is this nice drop-off. So a drop-off is when you have fast, reasonably shallow water coming down the river, and then suddenly the pool drops away underneath and you have quiet water underneath. And because brown trout are lazy, they like sitting in that quiet water. So you'll often find them tucked right up in the drop-off. But they also have the added benefit of the food still coming down the fast water over top of them. So this is a place that fly anglers should always target. Now we saw a bit of a shape from the bridge up there, and we're not sure if it's a fish. It's always worth having a couple of casts at something like that, rather than walking on up the river and possibly spooking a nice fish. So what we have here is a fairly typical pool on this river. It's not particularly deep, but it's got some other elements that I really like about it. It's got plenty of cover on the far bank, and the fish need this because when they spook they need somewhere to take cover, or take cover from higher flows and floods that come down the river. It's got some nice fast water going in at the head, so that oxygenates the water, and it brings in food source for them as well. But most importantly, it's got a nice quiet edge on this side. So I'm looking just this side of the fast current, right to the edge. As I said before, brown trout are quite lazy, and they like to sit in that quieter water. This stretch here is actually quite an unusual pool, but it's also very interesting from these rock structures here. We've got quite a defined fast flow going straight down the middle, and it's produced some nice quiet edges on both sides of the river. And there's also an interesting backwater over there which has got quite a bit of depth to it as well. So what I'll be doing is I'll be getting up on this bank behind us here, getting some good elevation and really looking hard at the edge of this fast current in the middle on both sides. Okay, so here we have a nice brown trout. So once again we're just walking along the edge using the bank as elevation to see into the water and really concentrating on the edge of this river. So as I approached this pool before, I actually saw a fish dart out of this fast current over here and take something off the surface. Now where it could have been hiding is that nice quiet bay you can see on the other side of the pool that's tucked in behind that rock bank. So that's another good lie for brown trout because they like that quiet water and it gives them quite a bit of shelter from the main current. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross the bottom of this pool here and approach from directly behind and see if I can get a better look in that position because I can't see very well from this side. So what we've got here is a real classic pool. We've got the current going in at the bend, hitting this bank and creating this deep pool here. So this deeper water may well hold fish, but I'll be just giving it a cursory glance as I move up the pool, because what I'm really focused on is the head of the pool, or the eye of the pool, where this current comes in on the bend here. And you can see a nice drop off. That's what I'd expect to see a fish, but it's also easier to catch here. This deeper, slower stuff here, it may well contain fish, but it's very hard to present a fly in there because you get funny, swirly drifts. But I'll give it a quick look anyway as I move up the pool. So far, we've been looking at pools and runs, and on the edge of the runs to spot fish. This here is what we call pocket water, and this is on the main stem of the Hiranui, so it's quite a big flow here. And you can see that it's characterised by a lot of fast water going through the middle, and it's broken up by rocks and this pocket water here. And it's calm, quiet bits of water between the fast stuff that we're looking at. So as I said before, brown trout are quite lazy and they like to sit in this quiet water and watch the food go by. So the method here is just to walk up the edge, use these rocks for elevation whenever you can get it for better visibility, and you're looking in the quieter pockets, and we're not wasting time on the faster water. Well, that's it for today. We hope you enjoyed the tips on this video. What we're trying to do is get people from being able to cast a fly to be able to read different types of water, identify where the fish are, and have a greater chance of actually catching fish and landing them on the bank.